Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 wrists. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 wrists. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a sore, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. You're offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What were you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a sore, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. You're offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids, that's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids, that's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 wrists. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids, that's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a sore. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the first of 2 of the final playoffs weeks here at ECAC Esports. I'm Big Hungry Phil, and helping me bring you the action of today's match is Dividing by Zero. Dividing, welcome to the broadcast. What have we got on the table for today?
We've got a really exciting semifinal matchup today with the #1 seeded Goliaths of the ECAC, Bay State Esports, taking on the University of Minnesota Pizza Pirates. And I mean, this is a bit, like I said, kind of a David versus Goliath sort of story right now. Bay State, Phil, are going for the perfect sweep. They have not lost a game in ECAC since they joined not just this season, but also last season. Yeah. They're going for a full year of ECAC participation without dropping a single series if they manage to go all the way and win the championship this year.
Seems like a really good way to cast a curse somebody. But yeah, to put some context on that, this season alone, they have dropped 1 map, and that was against Boise, who are another one of our top 4 teams. So, like, if they were going to drop a map to anybody, it would be Boise. But we are talking about a team here that drew level with SCAD, who are also competing in ECAC in the other semi-final match today in the Overwatch Collegiate Championship. And that has the likes of, Maryville, Northwood, Redbird. So, like, a very, very strong team here today.
Yeah.
And we don't kind of want to set this up as a 3-0, but it's worth saying that the Pizza Pirates, as much as I love their name, do have a bit of an uphill struggle ahead of them.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We've kind of set it up a little bit. They're sort of a big 3 in the ECAC Overwatch scene. You've got Bay State, you've got SCAD, you've got Boise. Those were the 3 teams that were able to make it to that top 16 in the Overwatch Collegiate Championship, and for good reason. They're all fantastic organizations that have a lot of funding and scholarships and just high-quality teams put behind them that have kind of been battling it out for that #1 spot. And the rest of the teams, unfortunately, have not been able to stand up to those 3. The only time those 3 teams lose is when it's to each other. Yeah. So when it comes to a team like the Minnesota Pizza Pirates, who, in all fairness, are not a pushover team in any way of the word, they went 5-3 in the Swiss bracket stage. They had a very respectable regular season, actually ended up in that #4 seed to start off, which means that they actually didn't have to face any of the big 3 until this moment in the semifinals. But it looks like they have been sort of the chosen among all of the other members of ECAC to see if they can really ascend the ranks and sort of join that big 3 status.
Yeah, a little bit thrown to the wolves here, but that is unfortunately one of the side effects of the way that this kind of bracket seeding works. It tends to be top seed against lower seed to sort of weed out some of the less high scoring teams in the course of the general playoffs. But yeah, it's going to be a big ask here, and we have seen these 2 teams play previously. They played in the group stages. They played in the Swiss round, rather. And whilst that was a 3-0, it's the old Overwatch classic of the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story, because University of Minnesota, they actually really made Bay State work for that. It was 4 3s in the final 2 maps.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Minnesota, they made them work for it. And I think if you can get a similar sort of situation here where Minnesota really makes Bay State work for that grand finals appearance, it would really be obviously Minnesota would want to win, but it would be something that they can really hang their hats on and say, hey, we took it to Bay State to end our season. And to start off, it looks like they're going for a bit of a traditional sort of brawl, but Mikey on this Tracer is a bit of an interesting pick from the Pizza Pirates. Going to be trying to get into the back.
Oh, wow, early pick here coming out from Raw. That's Neb off the table entirely. Bay State College lose a lot of their mobility here, and they are actually forced back over the bridge now. University of Minnesota keeping up the pressure. They know that the fight needs to be won here before they can go and cap a point. Bay State give them that space, and University of Minnesota looking good to get the first cap. Forgotten taken out the air.
Wow.
Just as clean as you'd like.
Just that classic top collegiate team going up against a lower tier collegiate team. Maybe a little bit of overconfidence there coming out from Neb, going in a little bit too far. A little bit of that Reddit Lucio action that we see a lot on Lejeune Gardens. Minnesota are actually in a pretty solid spot with Hardshower having the amplification matrix ready to try and zone Bay State College out when they try and go in.
Yeah, Bay State College now actually already have the Primal Rage online, so Faded can get a lot of work done here, particularly as we are playing on a high environmental kill potential map. But it's going to be Inferno that's out first with the Gravitic Flux, manages to get around and take out the Immortality field, but so far it's not worked out for Bay State College here. They've lost Neb already. They don't know what it's alive to keep them alive with that sound barrier. Fade is going to go down to the high noon here, and Bay State College have thrown a lot of resources into this fight. Cave with the double. They didn't spot Cave. This is what turns things around here. Poi and Mikey both taken out here.
Wow.
Abs with the coalescence, and I thought that was done and dusted here for Bay State, but they dig deep and they find it. They get the cap here as well, a quarter of the way through.
This is what I'm always so impressed by when I watch Bay State, even when they're in a bit of a sticky situation, losing Neb early into that fight, and they don't really have the ability to engage as well as they would want to before, they find a way to make it work. How they gets into the back with that tactical visor and finds a way to give them the win. And now Bay State, they have the point, they have the space, and with a 2K from Infernal, they don't want to let it go anytime soon.
Wow! Inferno with a 3K, that's out the mech here for Poi as well. And I mean, there's aggressive, and then there's Bay State playing right up against the spawn doors.
It is the classic Bay State aggression. I feel like they go for the spawn door touch at least once a game, no matter who they're playing.
Okay, well, it's going to be the rotation to the right-hand side into White Room for University of Minnesota. Bay State College don't chase. They know they don't want to play in that enclosed space. Instead, they separate and they look to take angles and trap University of Minnesota. They look to back away, take some of the aggression, give them some space. Cave's coming in with yet another tactical visor here, but not going to need it. Inferno's already found two. They trade Abs out in this one, but the sound barrier from Neb keeps Bay State alive a little bit longer. But there are ults to spare here for University of Minnesota, and Cave is going to have to come up big here. Finds one. Won't actually need the second. We still have Hardshar alive. Throws in the Immortality field, but it's at 95% here. University of Minnesota, they died slow, and they can't get a touch here, Divining.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a bit of a stagger fight here from Minnesota. They have the Pulse Bomb, the Amplification Matrix available to them, but it's going to take a little bit more than that to really come through. But, okay. Khan in the back, the DPS player has been coming up big for Minnesota when they needed to. Minnesota actually gets themselves a flip thanks to no small part to Khan on that Genji, as well as a well-timed beat from Final Orbit.
Yeah, I think we've seen this Genji flip a couple of times in like high-level play in the past couple months. Let's see if that can stand up to the front force here of Abs with the coalescence. It's already found two, and that is Khan right back to spawn. Big revenge here from Abs as Bay State bend rather than buckle or break. And as Faded pulls out the Primal Rage and knocks the supports off the map, that's going to be Bay State coming back in style. It's 99-54. University of Minnesota, they might have a touch here, but they just don't have the HP to make it work.
Yeah, looks like this is definitely, almost certainly going to be it here for Minnesota. The Final Orbit wants to make sure that there is a bit of a... oh my goodness.
Oh, Faded got caught napping! Got caught charged, but it's a bit slow and a bit messy, but Bay State College will wound that one out. That was a great moment there for Raw.
Minnesota are really fighting for it. I can't deny that they really want to take it to Bay State here, but I mean, Bay State's composition, it was kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Phil, you had the Winston Sigma. That's not a tank composition that you see very often. They don't tend to work together very well, but Bay State knows that, and because of that, they actually set Infernal and Faded up to sort of take two different sides of the map and sort of split in two. University of Minnesota's Reinhardt-based compositions has trouble dealing with compositions that are hitting them from two places at once. Now, as we head on to Control Center, both teams are going to be going on to the Reinhardt, but who Doomfist? Mikey and Forgotten are going to be looking to get those big value with the one-shot punches.
Yeah, but TP from Khan allows University of Minnesota to take a bit more of an aggressive space here. They have the speed advantage, but now Bay State College have the numbers advantage, and that numbers advantage continues to abacus its way up as Forgotten's taken final orbit out of this one as well. And for University of Minnesota, that's got to be the signal to go back to the spawn, wait to come back as a full 6 and recontest.
Forgotten got an opening kill, and Mikey died first. I think that was just the high risk, high reward of the Doomfist, and the difference ended up being the value that they were able to get early on into that fight. And now, this is one of Bay State's favorite spots to be, Phil.
Well, I think Forgotten might get punished for this one. Yeah, it does, but did find Khan. But this is even Stevens. This is 5 apiece. University of Minnesota have the slightly favorable respawn. They can afford to get in here, but Mikey's down to the fire strike. Cave's able to find Harchar, and that will be the pause here for University of Minnesota. They might poke at the choke a little while longer, but Bay State.
I can't tell you how many Bay State games I've watched, Phil, that look exactly like this. Bay State just holding on the edge of the Lijiang Tower, but this is smart from Minnesota, or would have been if they weren't all on the wrong side of the photon barrier. Faded knocks 5 on their backs, and that is an easy team wipe for Bay State.
We're looking at tank combos here in the dying days of Overwatch 1, and Shatter Flux is not one you see often.
No.
But that was a big set of impactful tank ultimates, and Bay State still have tools to play with here. Forgotten's just popped the Meteor Strike, but University of Minnesota actually making a sneaky rotation around the right-hand side. The Shadow comes through from Raw, and Forgotten dies as a result, but Cave is in the back with the Rip Tire, and that is both Doomfist off the table now. As he can't start to get it to a little bit more high energy here, but has to back away here as the kills continue to come through here for Bay State College. University of Minnesota will find one pick on the back end as Infernal goes down, but it's 81% here for Bay State. University of Minnesota need to win this next one and get on to the point. Amplification Matrix up early, but we see Poi move through that just to buy a bit of space, and Bay State College move out of the line of fire. So some spaceport here for University of Minnesota. Nothing out of that self-destruct. Mikey punches in, can't quite land the connect. That was a slide off the backpack there from Harchar. 2 kills come from University of Minnesota. Mikey looking for a third here, lands it, squashes Nev against the wall, and right at the last dying seconds of this sub-map, University of Minnesota come in with the cap.
They get a cap, but what did it cost? Just about everything from University of Minnesota. Both support ultimates used at the end of that fight to secure the point flip. Mikey was forced to use the Meteor Strike and still ended up dying, so Khan's gonna use that nicely placed teleporter to make sure that the Doomfist can get back into this one. Interestingly, Infernal on this Orisa right now. This is definitely not something you see very often.
I'm getting the impression here Bay State College might be playing with their food a little bit here as Faded lands the Shadow, lands the Fire Strike through the Amplification Matrix, and University of Minnesota held on to this point for maybe 30 seconds, and Bay State College say, thank you for holding the point for me, we'll take that back now, and we'll see the flip. We need a touch here from University of Minnesota, but it ain't looking like it, bud.
Man, the Fire Strike Ant Matrix combo is one of the coolest combos, I think, when it's executed really well, because it takes a lot of really nice coordination between the flex support and the main tank to put that combination together perfectly timed. And of course, when you start it off with a shatter like this one, it just lines up perfectly here for Faded to get themselves a 4K, actually a 5K, as you get that little backswing on the Doomfist as well. An explosive way to end the map for Bay State and get themselves a first map win.
I think for me, the interesting thing about that particular interaction between the Fire Strike and the Amplification Matrix is if you've ever listened to comms or watched streamers set that up, like normally you stack the two right on top of each other so there's no time to react. Actually, that window was up for a solid 2 or 3 seconds before that Fire Strike went through it. So plenty of time to react, unless, of course, you get hit by the Shadow first, which makes things that little bit harder. But yeah, dominant start here for Bay State, running, as we mentioned, mid-map, some really weird stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely mostly in the tanks. It seems like Faded and Infernal are kind of running the whatever we want to play compositions right now. We have Winston Sigma. We have, Ryan Sigma wasn't that bad, but then Infernal swaps onto the Orisa. Maybe a little bit too excited for those Orisa reworks. So got to wait about 6 more days for that one, even though the Javelin does seem really, really cool.
I want to see it. Give me the game footage.
I want to see it, Blizzard. Give us the game footage of the Orisa, the cool javelin-wielding robot. I want to see it. But we're still about 6 days away from that one. And all it did give you was the ability to just walk into University of Minnesota, halt them all together, and set them up even more for that Shattered of Fire Strike combination that ended up wiping them out. Whether it was on purpose or not, I think the Infernal Orisa swap actually did at least help group them up for that combo.
Certainly didn't hurt, right?
Yeah.
But I think looking back to the last time these two teams played, this is very similar to how things went last time. We're looking at an easy win on Control for Bay State, and it was the following 2 maps that were a little bit harder for them. So maybe what we have here is in the form of University of Minnesota Pizza Pirates. Maybe they're not much of a control map team, and we see a step up in quality here on the next couple of rounds. But if you are playing into some weird tank compositions that you know your opponents can play, even if you've not scrimmed it, like that's got to give you a little bit of a shake, right? That's going to be like, oh, well, who was expecting to run into Winston Sigma? How do we counter this? What's it trying to do? What are we trying to do into it, right? There's a lot to think about here for Pizza Pirates.
Yeah, there is a ton to think about here, but the fact that now we head onto a map like an escort map or a hybrid map, where there tends to be a little bit more time between fights and you have a little bit more of an ability to set things up, I think that's going to help them out, because what I saw from them was actually some pretty sound gameplay. I think they have a really solid understanding of the compositions that they play. They understand how they want to play around their ultimates, like the photon barrier engages and all that stuff. I think Minnesota are pretty solid in that. So if they are given a little bit of extra time to try and set things up, try to identify the weak points in the Bay State College composition, maybe they'll be able to find a bit more purchase in this Route 66.
Yeah, Route 66 and Bay State College starting on the defense. Infernal back on the Orisa. Maybe he wants to get those Orisa aiming mechanics in before the beta drops in about a week. Let's see how this works out for them here as University of Minnesota come out on kind of a modified dive composition. Ooh, aggressive. Boy catches someone from Bay State College in the middle. Oh, this is an aggressive hold from Bay State, but it's already folding under the weight as we see Infernal down here as well. Game's able to get a little bit of work done here, but we'll have to back out. They don't have the big bulk of the main tank Orisa to keep themselves in this that much longer. And Kate takes a lot of damage on the way through. It's Raw that finds them with the primary fire on the way through, and University of Minnesota poke a hole in the defense of Bay State.
I think I actually have a new hypothesis here. I think Bay State are looking to play every single tank combination before you can't play 2 tanks at once anymore. But you don't see Winston and Orisa together for a reason. They have vastly different play styles and don't really work too well together. Winston just kind of wants to jump in and kind of go in and out, while Orisa likes to stay in the back and get set up. So both Infernal and Faded sort of get poked out there. But this composition looks a lot more traditional. They're going on to the dive tanks, the Winston Diva, while Cave and Forgotten are going to be poking away from the back and the sky, respectively. But you've got to deal with these mines from Roar as they start pushing towards the end of Point A.
Yeah, it's an early minefield out from Raw, and it has done something here to split out Bay College, but Bay State are finding kills, although they are going to lose the mech here. Infernal now off of the Orisa and onto the Diva, but that's both supports off the table here for University of Minnesota and Bay State College. Smell blood in the water, in they go. Faded takes a bit of a dink to the dome on the way out, but they will solidify the hold.
This is going to be tough now for University of Minnesota. Bay State are playing 2 very long-range DPS in the Echo and the Widowmaker, and that puts a lot of pressure onto Khan as the only DPS player on Minnesota that can really challenge them from long range, and even those projectiles aren't able to do it quite as easily. The other option is potentially Mikey getting into the back and trying to force a close-range duel, but I think Cave just showed us what happens when you try that.
Yeah, and now Cabe actually has the tactical visor, sorry, the infra sights up as well. That's raw off the field, the main initiation tool of this composition. Now done and dusted, and Cabe takes a step forward, gets aggressive with it, looking for a support, can't quite land the shot. Khan runs interference here, and Cabe is forced to move back into primary fire. You see the duplicate come through, Forgotten's going to pick up the tracer here. Can't go as aggressive as they might like, needs to dodge the self-destruct. Finds the pulse bomb, forced to rewind, looks to throw it in, lands the stick, gets the stun, finds the kill, back into Echo, lands the stickies, gets the kill, is now in trouble though, 43 HP and deep into no man's land. Khan takes it off the field.
While we were focusing on Forgotten there for good reason, Mikey quietly got into the back and picked off 3 members of Bay State. They are without their supports right now. The question is, can Minnesota restabilize before those supports come back? They have both support ultimates available as well as the Dragon Strike from Khan, but you might have given Bay State a little bit too much time to restabilize.
I think Inferno was looking for the remake kill there, didn't find it, and instead it's Khan that comes alive and takes out 4. Mikey with the 5th. Faded down here, and it's the 30-second mark on the cap here for University of Minnesota. Bay State College were playing some funny games on that one, but University of Minnesota make their way into streets.
All right, now for what looks to be the, what is it, the 8th tank combination we've seen from Bay State in a map and a half. Now we got Winston Roadhog here, and Inferno immediately catches Mikey out with it. So being able to get that one-shot hook combo is certainly helping them out here. But Minnesota don't seem too phased by it. They're going to have that tracer back really fast.
But Forgotten's able to find 2 here, and as Bay State College push back in, they do have a big sustain tool here, and with the addition of a May into the mix, things get a lot harder here for University of Minnesota to try and burn down Bay State. Mine's out from Raw, but gets frozen up, will at least find 1 killers over the minefield, but Bay State don't want to push into that small room. Ideally, University of Minnesota, they're starting to find the picks, and they're starting to get this payload rolling again, so only a very short hold here at the choke.
Yeah, great stuff from Minnesota, getting that cart moving once again, giving themselves a little bit more room. Khan being able to take precedence on this high ground is huge for University of Minnesota in general. Forgotten's kind of going to be forced to play a little bit further back, be forced back into these choke points, because those arrows from Khan are absolutely deadly, as we see right there.
Oh dear. Oh, this is all starting to fall apart here for Bay State College. By letting Khan have the high ground there, they lose their Zenyatta on the way through, and now they're down significantly in numbers. And University of Minnesota are pushing this inexorably towards the end. We're seeing the Dragon out here from Khan. That's going to, at the very least, split Bay State College, and it finds Cade, and that puts them in the 5v6. Inferno down the rally, running loud from Final Orbit. That's going to be a guaranteed cap here. Even this duplicate is not going to be enough here from Bay State College. Forgotten will get the Dragon, but it needs to be the mother of all dragons. It comes off. It can't stop the payload. It just doesn't contest.
Like I've been saying going into this, Minnesota may not be quite as good mechanically as Bay State, but this is a mechanically sound team. They understand these compositions. They understand how they like to play. As soon as they won that fight at the choke, Khan instantly goes, okay, I'm going to get the most value up on the high ground and poking away at Bay State as they try and come through the choke points. And they instantly get a man advantage.
What is this comp? Like, Bay State just running every variant on Mystery Heroes that they possibly can. Oh, University of Minnesota get the E onto Cabe's Blizzard, and now Bay State College are without any good defensive tools, other than, of course, the raw primary firepower of the heroes they have at their beck and call here, and they decide to push in towards the University of Minnesota spawn and hold them as hard as they can.
They're pushing them back for now, but I think you said it best right there. They have almost no ultimates available. Neb very close to that nano boost, but other than that, you're working with absolutely nothing. And Khan has that Dragon Strike yet again to buy them space. Parchard gets taken out early, but does have that Transcendence available when they come back from the spawn, which they're holding right outside of.
Yeah, that's interesting holding position from Inferno there on top of the outhouse on Route 66. self-destruct out from Boy, doesn't find anything. Khan is still in this one, up over the top, face-to-face with a nano-boosted Sigma, and it's not going to be enough here from University of Minnesota Bay State College. Maintain their grip on the payload, and that is a dirty, dirty wall here from Cade. Stops Final Orbit getting back into the safety.
Yeah, now the University of Minnesota, they're starting to run out of tools and starting to run out of time. With only 45 seconds left on the clock, and do they check this corner for Forgotten? Of course they don't. When does this happen? Who holds there? Hard charge, some nice reflexes though.
Yeah, better than a kill by far. That Transcendence off the table entirely here for University of Minnesota, and now there's nothing to hold them from the damage that comes through from what is left of Bay State College here. Cade finally gets a Blizzard off here, didn't catch where that went. Faded is in a bit of trouble here as Final Orbit and Khan start to push him down, but there's a lot of survivability here on a Sigma, and yes, University of Minnesota have finally broken this, but they're still going to go and contest card, and they are all into overtime.
This is going to be tough for University of Minnesota right now. They've got so much ground to cover right now, and Bay State are coming up very close to that Nano Blade combo. Forgotten wants to put an end to this attack right here, right now.
Whole hog on the top ropes here from Infernal, buys some space, but he's in danger, can't get the healing off. That's going to run out, and he can get that, take a breather back in. Forgotten now has the blade online. Nev now has the Nano Booster, and out it comes. All the way from the depths at the start of Overwatch 1. Out comes the Nano Boosted Dragon Blade, and it's dash after dash after dash after slash. And Forgotten cleans up the University of Minnesota. There's the D-Mech, and it's going to be the stagger onto the Baby Diva for no good reason other than it was funny to do it. There's the hole for Bay State College.
It was, in fact, funny to do it, but well executed from Forgotten as well. It is, listen, if I was playing Genji, I would have instantly used my dash and slash on the Baptiste, and they would have jumped out of the way, and I would have been completely useless. But Forgotten held it for just a little bit, just to make sure that that Final Orbit or Hard Charge was in a really vulnerable spot. Make sure that you can confirm that kill onto the key support player and get that dash reset. And without that little bit of patience at the start of the Dragon Blade, I think it's really possible that it doesn't get quite as much value as it did. That being said, University of Minnesota, I think, can definitely hang their hats on that attack. It was a solid one, getting past point 2. Gives themselves plenty of opportunities, plenty of places to potentially hold Bay State back.
Yeah, completely. This is a long way from done and dusted. It was a pretty quick point A. It was a relatively quick point B here. It's only really when Bay State College decided to go full sweat mode and try and hold at Minnesota's spawn that things started to fall apart for Minnesota. But that far into this map is not an insurmountable hold here for University of Minnesota. And I was wondering if Bay State College were going to do this. We haven't seen the Zarya on the field yet today. Here it comes. That's another tank combo off your bingo cards, everybody.
Yeah, Diva Zarya, no real main tank here for Bay State, no dedicated shield. Of course, Forgotten and Cabe aren't going to care too much about that. Maybe Neb might be asking for a shield pretty soon here, as University of Minnesota are playing a very aggro comp, gonna try and engage on Roar.
Ooh. Yeah, that's aggro and a half. I thought Forgotten was going to get punished by that one, looking at the stuns that Minnesota have, but no, it's Hardchar and Final Orbit both down to Forgotten here. They're going to trade abs into this one, but I feel like the damage has been done here, dividing it to Dance with Death for University of Minnesota, brought to them and
the dive-ish comp from Bay State. You kind of have like half a dive comp and then half a whatever comp, but
it's dive comp and Zarya.
Yeah, pretty much. Faded, Forgotten, Cave, they're all able to get up onto the roof of Big Girls and just take over University of Minnesota there. And look at the Dragon Blade charge from Forgotten, just pouring in the damage on that first fight. Could possibly Dragon Blade here if they want to.
That's the rewind forced out early from Mikey. Duplicate and Forgotten is on the hunt, and it's going to be Neb that finds the kill. That's done. We're into the streets already here. More than 5 minutes in that bank for Bay State College.
A blazing fast pace from Bay State, as expected from them. Just this pedigree of team, and they have the ult advantage at the moment. However, Infernal is kind of in trouble. I think Minnesota have kind of identified Infernal as sort of the odd man out in this composition that can try and take him out.
Okay, time to throw some ults at this fight. We get the duplicate, and we get the Dragon Blade with the Nano on top here for Bay State College. Again, we lose Abs. Unfortunate. Good try, Abs, but your sacrifice was necessary here for Bay State College to get through. That's half a way through Streets and University of Minnesota coming back into this one with some ults to play with.
Yeah, now you don't have to worry about that Nano Blade combo anymore, which means Mikey and Khan are going to be a little bit more adventurous with their ultimates. University of Minnesota coming up on both support ultimates as well. Actually, could have all 6 ultimates feasibly in this fight.
Well, you can be scared now. There's the Valkyrie online here from Abs. Make things a little bit harder for University of Minnesota. Faded has the self-destruct and 2 kills already. 1 care of Abs, who brings out the Caduceus Blaster. We're going to see Neb down here as well, but the space is bought for Abs to bring them back in. Self-destruct in for self-destruct. High and wide here for Faded. Not found too much here. And University of Minnesota have actually come back into this looking pretty strong. It looks like they might mount the hold here, Divided.
Yeah, they were down in numbers to start off, but the ultimates have really taken things back into their favor a little bit. It's evened things up, and yeah, Bay State College, they've been forced back into that side room, and they're going to hold Minnesota near the end of point B. This is actually a really solid place to hold right now, because Bay State College's spawn is so far back. It's all the way back in point A, as long as you don't let this back out happen. Abs just almost was able to do it, but as is, yeah, Bay State College, they have so much room to travel before they can get back into the fight, which means more and more time is going to get drained off of that clock.
Okay, there's the grab to start things off. Dragon Blade out, Nano Boost in over the top, but they didn't take Hardshar out of the fight quick enough, and Hardshar, with the Transcendence, keeps at least some of the team alive here. Up onto the high ground to try and take Neb out of this one. Bay State College, they give a little bit, they take a little bit, but they are slowly finding the kills. Poi is demeched. Poi is back out of it. And now you can see that little yellow tick that is just around that first corner here in point C. That's the box of victory for Bay State.
Yeah, this is such an awkward situation for Minnesota as well. Route 66 point C is usually such a defensive-sided place because of how close the defensive spawn is, but it's really, honestly, as of right now, I would say actually Bay State has the slight spawn advantage right now based on where that golden box of victory is placed. Minnesota have really got a race to get back in time.
Diva Hog, everybody, the flat rank special. That's another one on your tank combo bingo cards for the final stretch here of Route 66. Cave's going to pick up the Cassidy this time. Actually finds the opposite number. Unfortunately, not going to survive through that self-destruct. That is a big old game changer here from Poi as University of Minnesota mount the defense. 3 minutes, 14 seconds on the clock here for Bay State College.
Yeah, it's just one more fight here from Bay State, and they can round that corner and get themselves the victory, go up to series point, grand finals point, and can Minnesota do anything about this upcoming Nano Blade from Forgotten and Neb? They haven't been able to do anything about it so far this game.
First hit faded. Here it is in over the top one more time. Neb won't survive the deployment, but the damage has been done. The weights have been lifted. Forgotten swipes through, finds to get the dash reset, sees there's a Baptiste, right for the pick-in, right for the pluck-in, and down they go. Abs with the double. It's going to be Boy the last on the points, and Bay State College move themselves into match point. 1 map away from moving up into the finals.
Bay State having a little bit of fun with it, but I think even though they were playing some unorthodox compositions, they were taking this very seriously. At no point did I think like, oh, Bay State aren't trying their hardest to win right now, because they did play as sound as they could with the characters they had. I think their spacing, their rotations were still very clean. They obviously did a really good job spacing out their ultimates. Their Nano Blades from Forgotten were on point every time. It was basically a guaranteed fight win whenever they used it. I think that Bay State, even though they are playing around a little bit in their hero choices, they are not playing around as far as the actual actions that they're taking in game. And I think that's really important because it shows that at least that Bay State really does respect what Minnesota can do. They were able to push through 2 points of Route 66. Not any collegiate teams honestly can do that against a team of this caliber.
No, I think there was a point there where if it wasn't for the fact that Bay State had so clearly set themselves up with a very definitive win condition in the Nano Boosted Dragon Blade, where we see Minnesota actually with a pretty good win condition here. Like, they're very stable composition. They've got a good defensive hold on the point after they win that first offense on C.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, again, that win condition was there. They didn't have a trance, they didn't have a beat, they didn't really have anything to counter the Dragon Blade, and so it was only a matter of time before the dominoes started to fall. But as we look forward to our next map, we want to take a minute here to thank our sponsors, of course. This doesn't happen for free. We thankfully have some very generous sponsors that help us bring all the action from the players to our computers out to you in the audience. So I wanted to thank Lenovo Legion, who know that you play to win. To stand out from the competition, you need equipment that matches the speed of your thoughts and actions. The Legion Y25 monitor delivers wins in the toughest, most critical situations. With its extreme 1 millisecond response time to its insane 240 Hz refresh rate, the Legion Y25 doesn't just keep up, but does a lot more. Built for those engaged in vast multiplayer battles at the tournament level, the Legion Y25 offers a 24.5-inch FHD IPS panel with built-in NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility. The Legion Y25 monitor is available at Lenovo.com and other fine retailers. But dividing, we are still at match point here. If Minnesota want to turn it around, it's got to be turned around right now.
Yep, and when you're in a situation like this, the University of Minnesota, where you're on a series point, your backs are up against the wall, and you know that as far as SR and skill, you're pretty heavily outmatched, I would encourage them to just go with the map and with their comp that they are most comfortable with, what they are most confident in at today, and just roll with it and see if you can maybe catch a Bay State a little bit off guard, because I think that the further on we go in this series, the more potentially overconfident that Bay State is going to get. Teams tend to do that when they think that the victory is assured at this point, and maybe you can catch them slipping. You can catch a Lucio going in too far ahead, a Reinhardt going on an aggressive charge, or anything like that, because I think University of Minnesota, they are a team that is able to capitalize quite well on Bay State's mistakes when they do make them.
Yeah, and it's not like Bay State have been playing perfectly. There have definitely been gaps in the armor, and we have seen Pizza Pirates. I've always told us whether to say Minnesota or Pizza Pirates, because Minnesota feels official, but Pizza Pirates is certainly
it's their logo
fun.
At least.
Exactly. Yeah. Need to figure out if that is hand designed or taken from clip art. But yeah, Pizza Pirates do know how to take advantage of those slips, and we do have our next map locked in. We're going to be going to an assault map. That's Temple of Anubis. 2CP is its own weird animal, and that animal is very shortly being put to sleep, but there's still a lot to be said.
The endangered
about
species.
It's very endangered. It's all the way up on the right-hand side of that red list. Temple of Anubis, if you can crack point A and keep the momentum, you can find very, very quick caps here. And this sort of fast and loose style we've seen a little bit from Bay State, where they're playing things a little bit wonky, that puts them a little bit at risk of that kind of snowball phenomena, even with all the changes over the years made to 2CP to avoid that happening. So we could see this really go quite some distance on Temple of Anubis, I feel.
We really could. I think Anubis is very much a feast or famine kind of situation right now, where we're either going to see Minnesota get caught up at that choke point to start up. Bay State College, they're just going to lock in those spam characters. They're going to just pick away at the Minnesota comp as they try to close the distance with that Echo, with that Widowmaker, and just shut things down. Don't let anything happen. Or maybe Mikon goes a little bit too aggressive with that Lucio, or Faded goes for a charge, or Cabe goes for a crazy grapple hook that puts them really, really far behind enemy lines. And then Minnesota, with what looks to be a brawl composition, is going to be able to engage on them super, super quickly. I'm also curious to see if Khan's going to stick onto this Symmetra, and if so, what they want to do with this teleporter, because you can pull off some really creative strategies on Anubis with all of the different high grounds around the point that you have to work with.
I even think you can avoid the high ground entirely here and just TP through that archway. Oh, can't take a bit of a dink here. We're going up on the high ground here. for University of Minnesota. A little bit slow on getting that TP up there. Has allowed them to take the high ground, but Khan gets displaced very quickly here. A little bit too telegraphed. Faded's able to find Raw, and Cave's able to find Mikey. That's it, done and dusted. I really hope this is a one and done on this symmetrical, whatever it is, from University of Minnesota.
Yeah, unfortunately, it took Khan a little bit of extra time to get that teleporter set up. I think it may have worked a little bit better if they had been a little bit quicker about it, but by the time that they were able to get it placed, I think the call had already come through from Bay State. They knew it was coming and were able to respond in kind. So yes, that was the one-time strategy. Minnesota are going to go with what's kind of the shield buster brawl composition. Mikey and Khan are going to put a whole world of hurt onto Faded and Infernal's shields.
Oh, but they had to use the Immortality Field just to get through this rotation on the right-hand side, but it has allowed them to find Forgotten here. Great angle taken by Khan, but sadly Mikey not quite so lucky, and Khan now on the hunt for a floating Dutch scientist, but puts themselves in the line of fire from the hot hammer. That's going to be Fate finding Khan. University of Minnesota, they're giving a little bit, they're taking a little bit here. And it feels like Bay State College are going to be the ones that solidify here, but there is a momentary gap here for University of Minnesota. But Bay State College are dragging this one out. They are giving their players time to regroup. Forgotten will be back in this fight by the time Minnesota are back.
Yeah, this is something that Bay State have been really good at all the time, especially when they've been playing Sigma, is setting up these off angles with the Sigma and making it so that University of Minnesota, they can't just move forward and aggress like they want to, and oh my gosh, now this is Bay State being Bay State.
I don't think I've ever seen that interaction. The charge finishes, and then in comes the rocket punch. That had to hurt. Jeez.
But now Minnesota, I mean, 2 minutes off of the clock, have made very, very little progress, just kind of corralled in their spawn right now. But this is their big opportunity. All 6 ultimates are coming up in the next couple of seconds.
Okay, dragging out Mikey. Hasn't really had too much of an impact as Mikey survives through that one and drops the sound barrier. 1-for-1 trade as the DPS find a couple of kills here. Mikan out of this one. Raw has a lot of damage. Needs to just wait this out. Needs some support. Needs to get themselves back in the fight. Forgotten somehow in the backline finds 2 before being punished here by Mikey. But Bay State College was going to see them do this again. They found that they've lost a player and they're just going to keep the fight going until Forgotten is back with them.
Oh, that's tough for Minnesota. I'm going to be frank here, Phil. I think that was their big chance. They used 4 ultimates in that fight. Still have the support ults, but now you're playing into both Tangled from Bay State. You're playing into the Meteor Strike and the Amplification Matrix. You've lost your Hanzo. There's 50 seconds left on the clock. I don't see this going anywhere else right now.
Man, the Gravitic Flux is certainly one way to rob Valley from the Amplification Matrix, lifts them all up out of the range of it. There's the D-Mech, and up in the skybox, you'll believe a Baptiste can fly Hotshot down as it becomes a shooting gallery here for Cave.
University of Minnesota trying to maybe... My gosh, that's just disrespectful from Faded right now. University of Minnesota now going on to some faster characters. Their only chance is to try and get a touch onto the point in the next 20 seconds. But look at this gauntlet that Roar's going to have to run to try and get that overtime timer.
Just the rock. They have to know that this is on the card. They have to know that they've got to send somebody back to keep Raw contested. But in the meantime, Bay State College are happy to win the 6v5. I think they probably don't care if they give over a tick or maybe even 2 ticks here. But there's no touch here from the University of Minnesota. And Bay State College now need to just cap 1/3 of 1 tick on A to win out the series.
I think that was a little bit of a brain fart there from Roar. Was able to get back over onto the point and thought they would be good. But you need to get a touch within those last 3 seconds in order to get that overtime wick going, and it just didn't happen. Was still rolling around in the back trying to help out the rest of University of Minnesota that, to be fair, was, of course, getting 6v5'd up front and was just on their way to getting sent back to spawn once again. So Bay State College, you know, whether or not overtime had gone and we were casting for a couple extra seconds there, they were on their way to where we are right now, which is a full hold, and Bay State, Phil, are now just 33% of point A away from locking themselves in to the grand finals.
And whilst it never pays particularly well to speculate on what is currently being run in the offensive spawn, I can see Bay State College coming out on this one. On the defense, I think, with the exception maybe of Mikey on the Genji. Okay, we're going to see them come out on the Echo. This double shield approach, I think, is probably very smart from University of Minnesota, but they've got to move quick to get this set up properly. There's still some people making their way from spawn.
Yeah, this is a little awkward here from Minnesota. They got to try and get to this high ground. They're still running here from spawn, and if AC's able to sort of capitalize on this, maybe before Hardcore gets set up on this high ground, that would really help out. But they can't get their Zen to properly set up the Discord orb.
Okay, Mikan gets a little bit cocky there and can't able to punish them.
Look
We're going to see Bay State College making the rotation through the dark room, through the TP, up onto spawn. They've effectively stolen the defensive position out from under University of Minnesota, but it's cost them Cave to make that happen. And it's a brawl under the archway here. I don't really know what's going on for Bay State College, except maybe they feel so comfortable they don't mind spending some time on this.
I mean, losing Mikan there really sucks. You needed that Lucio speed boost in order to effectively make that rotation quickly before University of Minnesota is just able to jump on top of you. And now they're able to sort of pick up the stragglers here. Infernal and Mikan, and I guess Forgotten as well, are taken out from this little side room. So that was the last sort of stragglers from that fight. Bay State now are going to be able to get a full 6 and try again here with Forgotten swapping over onto the Sombra now, interestingly. So we'll see where they're going to try and hack, maybe try and take Mikey out of the skies with it, or maybe try to disable Poise shield with a hack. That would be really good, especially since they're really close up to that ultimate.
You know, there's dropping spaghetti and there's chucking spaghetti with great force at the nearest wall. And I kind of feel like that's what that was from Cave. Like, knew that they couldn't possibly win that one. They will find the pick onto Khan here. Forgotten gets a bit of a charge. Bay State College are just like full-on Mystery Heroes deathmatch in this right now.
Yeah, and they're changing heroes so often right now that they really aren't getting any opportunities to build up ultimates, which is actually a little bit concerning. They're just now 2 minutes in, starting to get up to their first ultimates of the game, their tank ultimates, and Infernal has been able to do really well with this, and actually Nep getting into the back, taking out Mikey could be really big.
Okay, that's going to be Mikey down. We're seeing some ults committed here for University of Minnesota. That's both tank ultimates off the table with not really a huge amount of impact. Infernal dodges the rock. Cade is able to find Poi, and that's it. It's done and dusted. It was messy for a long time here from Bay State College, and maybe I've called this a little bit too early as the amplification matrix comes on. We do have Faded still on the point, no longer has to take a breather. Cade's able to find final orbit here, and we've got Forgotten on the high ground, takes a volley of orbs to the face, but now has the EMP to play with. I definitely called this a little early. The EMP comes out.
It gets nothing.
A big fat goose egg. Can't find the kill. There's more rounds the corner to protect Harchar, and this is going to be the 1 minute mark for Bay State College, who have just, like, again, spaghetti cannoned this entire fight for no good reason.
Okay, hear me out here, Phil. There's 1 minute left on the clock. University of Minnesota are in a pretty strong defensive position. They can be very sturdy with Roar coming very close up to that supercharger, and Bay State have very few ultimates to work with right now.
Oh, Mikan caught out again here, and that's going to be a DPS traded out for support. That's going to favor the defense, and University of Minnesota find picks again here. So Bay State College with some presence on the point, but not really a lot to do with it. They're going to find a last second pick onto Harchar, but that's not going to be enough. This is last fight territory here for Bay State College.
Yeah, they're going to have one more shot with 30 seconds left on the clock. Bay State now are coming up pretty close to that pulse bomb from Forgotten. Now has it, but has to get away. Oh, no, I thought that pulse bomb was deflected, but I guess not. Khan is able to get taken out here, and that's now a 6v5 opportunity for Bay State. No 5v5, okay.
Duplicate out from Mikey, picks up the Orisa. That's 450 HP, difficult to dislodge from the point, but Neb's able to find Poi, and that is the Wrecking Ball, the big stall tool off the table. And they just want to take us all the way into OT as the kills start to come in here for Bay State College. Faded with the remake Khans, able to find one, but Harchar down. A couple of trades back and forth, and Migan comes alive with a little bit of help here from the amplification matrix. Finds the 3, looking for the 4th. Forgotten steals it away from them. There's the tick, there's the kills, there's the series.
You know, I do appreciate Bay State putting a little bit of extra drama into the game there, but the 3-0 does come through Bay State once they're able to get themselves an opening, a man advantage, and University of Minnesota low on ultimates. They simply do not look back. And man, those Zenyatta orbs through the amplification matrix are super deadly.
Yeah, that's a lot more damage than I certainly would like to be faced with, but that does bring us to the end of the series. As we said, Bay State College with the win here, moving forward into the finals next week. Still waiting on the results of our other semi-final match to find out who their opponent is going to be. It's going to be either Boise or Savannah College of Art and Design. I think that's our top three.
Yep.
We wouldn't be surprised to see either of those two teams here. But that does mean dividing that we only have one segment of the broadcast left for today. That's the interview portion. So we're going to throw to a little break, get an interviewee in here, and then we'll be right back with you.
Try and tell me what I can't do. I want to see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 wrists. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a cloud?
Well, we warned you would be back, and here we are with the interview portion of tonight's broadcast. And joining us from the victorious Bay State College is Mikan. Mikan, welcome to the broadcast. Thank you very much for joining us. And you are through to the finals. How do you feel?
It's great. We're happy to be back to the final of the ECAC, and we're excited to see who we'll play against in the final.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that as well. But first of all, I mean, the achievements of Bay State since they joined in ECAC last fall have been incredible. You're now just one game away from completing a full year of being undefeated in this conference. No dropped matches at all if you can finish it out next week. What makes you think that why do Bay State have so much sustained success in ECAC? Because that's really tough to do.
Well, since we were formed in the summer, we've been really working together as a unit, and I think with the ECAC, it's like we are very, how do you say it? We're not that worried too much. It's just we have been working hard a lot against like some of the best teams in collegiate and some tier 2 teams, and with the ECAC, it's been really fun to just work together and have something to compete for.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have been really grinding throughout this year, and I got to give you guys credit for that. You play in so many different competitions. It's crazy. Obviously, when it came to this game, you guys were having a little bit of fun with it. I wanted to ask you, it felt like every time I blinked, Faded and Infernal were playing a different tank combination. Was that on purpose? Were they trying to just play every tank combo that they possibly could before you can't do it anymore?
It's whatever they felt like at the moment. Obviously, credit to Pizza Pirates. They tried their best, but we know what we're made of, but with Faded and Infernal just picking whatever they want. Let's just say the comms in our match were very loud and very funny. We had a great time. I think those two were definitely trolling a little bit. It's just been they've just been having a good time. We had a break over the week last week, so we were like, okay, let's get back into it. Let's have a little bit of fun.
I mean, I could definitely tell you guys were having some fun in that game. All right, final question from me. Moving forward, of course, you guys are still awaiting the outcome of the other semifinal match between SCAD and Boise State. You personally, do you have a preference as to who you face in next week's grand final?
I think me personally, I don't think it really matters. I think both teams are decent in their level, and between SCAD and Boise, I think both of them. I think it'll be a close matchup between those two. So we're gonna closely watch between what's gonna happen.
So basically, you don't care because either way you'll beat them.
We believe that we will win the ECAC finals. We want to assert our dominance and but me personally, I think between SCAD and Boise, we like playing Boise. We like playing SCAD. I don't think it matters really.
Okay. Yeah,
You know?
all friends at the end of the day. Well,
I gave you a chance to be toxic and you didn't bite, so.
I'm not the toxic type, to be honest.
No, I respect that. I respect that for sure.
Cool. Well, Mikan, thank you so much for joining us. Before we let you go, anybody you want to give a shout out to or say thanks to?
I want to give a shout out to the Bayside College with how much we've grown as a team and as a program. I also want to shout out my parents for helping me with this opportunity, and as from being a local from Boston, it's been really nice with the support of my family, and I can't wait to be here next week.
You know, Mikan, there's a real argument here that this is the most wholesome end to an interview we've ever had here on ECAC. So thank you once again for joining us. We'll let you go and rejoin your team and plan out the next week's scrims, I guess, whatever it is you guys do after a match.
We'll see. Thank you so much for having me.
Always a pleasure, Mikan.
Thank you.
And for everybody else, thank you so much for joining us. I can't believe we've only got one more week left here of ECAC. Certainly for this season, it's been an absolute blast. Can't wait to see how it concludes. But for myself and Dividing for this broadcast today, that's going to be it. And we will see you all, hopefully, next week for the grand finals. Goodbye, everyone.
Two wireless.
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little,